The Volcker Rule was put into the Dodd-Frank financial reform bill. What the Volcker Rule says is that you cannot do proprietary trading if you're one of these large banks. What does that mean? It just means, like, if you're going to be representing your clients and you're going to do trades for them, that's great. That's what an investment bank is supposed to do, right? But you can't make your own trades to try to make your own profit on the side, and there's a very good reason for that. The reason is it gives you perverse incentives. And oftentimes it led to you betting against your own clients. It happened at Goldman Sachs. It happened at most of these major banks. Now, unfortunately, the Volcker Rule was already watered down during the Dodd-Frank bill. In fact, to the point where Paul Volcker, who suggested it, the former head of the Federal Reserve, felt non-committal about it and said, it's so watered down, I don't even know if it's going to work. But even that watered-down version, of course, the banks are livid about. And they have come up with literally dozens of reasons why they think they should not apply the Volcker Rule to these banks, because of course they make a lot of their money by doing their own trading, especially if they're betting against their clients, because then they got insider information and can rig the bets in their favor and against their clients. So here are the great number of ways that they have decided that they are going to try to block this. Citigroup claims, oh, no. If you don't allow us to do this, there won't be enough liquidity, there won't be enough trades and money flowing around, and hence that would hurt corporate and municipal bonds, and hence that would hurt already cash-strapped state and local governments. Oh, I know. You're looking out for local and state governments. No, not for your own profit, but just say, hey, oh my God, if they don't let us make obscene profits, well then, this local and state governments could be in trouble. Laugh along with me. Here's ridiculous excuse number 2. They say that if there is a decline in this kind of trading, it will increase the volatility of the corporate bond market, and that means that they will have to do more credit default swaps, the kind of derivatives that sunk the economy in 2008. But wait a minute. The Volcker Rule is trying to actually keep down the number of derivatives you're trying to do in the credit default swaps. And that's what you do with your own proprietary trading. That was the problem in the first place. They say, no. If you don't let us do that, somehow it'll lead to more derivatives trading. Nonsense! Totally made up. Point number 3. They say, and this could have unintended consequences if it leads us to alternative markets. You know what they're saying? If you do this, we're going to do our trading on black markets anyway. So markets you can't trace and markets that might be illegal, but who cares? We're going to threaten you to do illegal actions. And we're too big to fail, and you're never going to punish us if we do anything illegal, so we got you over a barrel. If they listen to this kind of blackmail, it is ridiculous. By the way, what's the form that they're doing all this in? The Congress asked for public comment before this gets finalized and the regulatory bodies do their final version of the rule, right? And shockingly enough, not a lot of people from the public have actually sent in letters about this. And by the way, of those that have, almost every one of them says, please do the Volcker Rule. We want more sound banks. But what is happening instead is that the banks are using this as an opportunity and time to lobby all of the legislators and the regulators to say, oh, no. And literally, I thought, my God, they've come up with 50 different excuses. And that was literally the headline on Huffington Post. Banks come up with 50 excuses for why they shouldn't get the Volcker Rule applied to them. But the last one is my favorite. Number 4. Concern about the rule's impact, as Huffington Post explains, on its ability to participate in low-income housing and other tax credit programs. The banks say this is why they shouldn't do the Volcker Rule. Did you hear that? Low-income housing. They say, oh, no, it's not because we want to make obscene profits here at Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan. No, we are concerned about the credit needs of low and moderate income communities. But of course you are. I know, you're worried so much about the poor, and that's why you don't want the Volcker Rule applied to the richest banks with the richest executives, because you're looking out for the poor. I remember how you looked out for the poor in 2008. That didn't work out well for us. They should definitely do the Volcker Rule. In fact, they should step it up and make it much stronger.